Tonight was meant to be the closing night of Cyrano, a play that was written, rehearsed and cancelled in lockdown. Here's the wonderful Virginia Gay with a monologue that no one has yet had the chance to see.
I want to take you to every restaurant in the city, every single one. And we'll say to the waiters, just bring us what you think the best food is. No, don't tell us, just bring it to us. I want to take you to a museum in Amsterdam. I want to kiss your neck amongst the Rembrandts. The marble that looks like flesh. How did they do that? Virginia Trioli invited me on to Q&A. And so that monologue, which was about hope and longing and imagining doing with the people that you love all the things that you haven't been able to do for the last 2 years, got a lot of traction. Let's drink 50-cent mimosas in Cuba on days so hot we can't sit down, the seats will scald the back of our legs, and then let's get headaches from the day drinking and have to go to bed in the afternoon. The mess and the fuss of living. And we're back. In 2022, we're playing to full houses, which is incredible, an incredible feeling. We just want to give it to people and say, thank you so much. You did so well. Now let's celebrate.
No. Oh, I've heard of you. Cyrano.
Yeah.
You work with words. Yeah, I work with swords. Hey.
Cyrano was a story written by a Frenchman in the 1890s, set in the 1640s, about a very ugly man, a man specifically with a very big nose, who is very, very smart, who falls in love with a brilliant, beautiful woman who doesn't think twice about him. She falls in love with a beautiful young man who's dumb as shit. Cyrano, to get just the tiniest slice of her, says, all right, I'll start writing the words that you need to seduce her, and together we'll do that.
No, not anymore. I love you evermore, and evermore and more.
Like, that sounds like such a rom-com setup, right? So just before the apocalypse hit, I was in England and everybody was talking about this production of Cyrano at the National Theatre starring James McAvoy. And I got a scene and a half into the show and I went, I have to play this role. I was watching him, and because there's no nose, you go, oh, this is a person who has decided that they're unworthy of love for whatever reason. And I was like, okay, well, that is super interesting to me. That's the story of the queer body. That's often the story of the female body too. That was also so solidly the story of my teenage years. I hated on myself so much. I was like, I want a chance to do that. I want a chance to do that. I think I could do that. And then I went back and everybody dies and love does not triumph. And I was like, oh, I don't want to tell those stories. I don't want to tell a story that says queer love is impossible, that says that you actually can't unlearn the patterns in your head that have been keeping you back. That's not of interest to me. Sarah Goods and I had been talking for a long time about projects that we might want to work on, and I went, oh my God, I'll take it to the MTC and I'll take this translation. So I called Sarah Goods.
And I said to her, well, it's out of copyright, why don't you write your own? And then she just did it.
Is there something you want to talk about?
No.
No? Something about the way I present? Something about me that's different, what is it?
Nothing!
It's not nothing.
No, it's not nothing.
And it is 6 characters who are not quite in search of an author, but are in search of the right way to tell this story right now. Each of the actors has an angle on how they want the story to be told, particularly the chorus.
Are we going with her?
What?
Him?
Oh, right. Well, what do they want?
The design choice was very much to place it in a meta world where these actors just magically arrive in a space and you get the sense that they've been locked out for a while and the theatre is ruptured. You can see that one of the walls is crumbling and there's this struggle between the old world and the new world.
Your word should be something that, that makes her buoyant, lighter, like...
Helium?
Yeah? Or they should fill her, like...
Spac filler. Expandable spac filler.
That dynamic of having the perfect words but giving them to someone else to say is the dynamic of theatre. The alchemy of that your words in somebody else's body can become electric.
My words in your body.
We could.
We could be perfect. Together.